Welcome back to another day of e-learning. It's Tuesday. So today we are going to talk about the town and city that we live in. Over here it says to find a picture, and I'm going to show that to you last because that'll be something that's kind of new. So I'm really going to start over here. Oh, and I already have my example from where I typed it earlier. But this is where you're going to type the town and city name. Whenever you just click on it, the text box should let you type into it. So as you probably saw before I erased it, I live in Scranton, so that's my example, but your example might be Florence or Effingham or even Timminsville. So that is where you would type where you live. Down here it says tell me one fact about your town or city. So I'd go down here where the second line is, and I would see, one fact about my town or city. This might be something you might have to think about because I haven't thought about it until now. One fact about my town or city. You could say all of our towns or cities are located in South Carolina, in the state South Carolina. So we could say that. Or if you wanted to get fancy about it, you could look up something interesting. Like I'm going to open a new tab and see, I want to look up something, the population, which means how many people live in Scranton, SC for South Carolina. So the population for Scranton, SC. So I know it's a pretty tiny town, and it says that the last time they looked at it, in 2018, about 2 years ago, there was 863. So I could actually say that as a fact. And I'm going to yesterday's. This is today's Google slide. So I could say Scranton has, you know what, since that was in 2018, it could definitely be different now, but I could just round it off and say Scranton has about 900 people living here. But like I said, you don't have to look up one, but if you want to kind of learn something new about where you live, you definitely could. But if anything, you could say Florence is in South Carolina or Effingham is in South Carolina. So that is definitely one fact you could use. Over here, find a picture of your town or city and put it below. So there's an interesting thing in Google Slides that you can do to put a picture. There are ways you can put one that you have saved, but I don't have a picture saved of my town, even though I could look one up and save it to put it on here. But I'll show you another way you can do this. You can go to, let me think about where it's at. Insert image. And instead of uploading from your computer, you're going to search the web. But you have to be very specific because if you put, like if yours is Florence, if you put Florence, there's other Florences. There's a Florence in Italy, a whole different country, so it might pull that up. If I put Scranton, it might pull up Scranton, Pennsylvania, which is in a different state. So I have to be very specific. Scranton, SC. I could even spell out South Carolina, but let's see. And I could look for some pictures that I wanted. Let me see. Maybe I'll go back up to the top. There might be one that I skipped that I want to put. We do have a train in there, let's say. A train that goes through a lot, so it's kind of hard for me to see in this picture. I'm gonna make it bigger just so I can see it. If I wanted to go with that picture, I could put it there. Or if I wanted to change it, you can just hit the backspace button and it'll get rid of it. And you could look for another one. Search the web. Maybe I could try typing in South Carolina and see if that does anything different. Oh, forgot my U. Let's see. No, I think I'll actually go with the very first picture. I should have went with that from the beginning, but the first picture right here where someone is fishing, I think that might be a good one. So, this is how you will fill out your slide, but make sure that you use your town or city's name and a fact about that town or city and a picture that you find. And I'll be back here tomorrow.